Welcome guys to the Meet Damien channel. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're going to talk about Bitcoin like we normally do. Catching some bids here. We'll be talking about some other cryptocurrencies as well that have been catching some bids. If you guys have any stocks you want to talk about, we can talk about stocks. But we do talk about crypto a lot because that seems to be like the fun thing to talk about these days. I see John316 in the chat. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. Blessings to you as well. Right now, we're currently looking at the price of Bitcoin, currently trading at $117,530. And we're up against some resistance here that I've highlighted. This red line here at 117,400 in this area is some tough resistance because looking back at some of the daily candles that we've had in the past here, we had a resistance here back in August 22nd where Bitcoin had a hard time getting past 117,400. Went up to 117,416 in this on that day and wasn't able to close above it. We also got rejected here on August 18th. We used it as support on the 17th and the 16th, and then we got rejected here around August 8th, and then we've been using it as support over here in July as well. So this is an area to really key on. It's going to be a little bit hard for us to push past, but if we can push past this level, then we're talking like $120,000 Bitcoin all over again here, and maybe all-time highs at $124,500 Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is ready to blast off if we're allowed to do so here. Let's look at the liquidation heat map. You can see here, this is data coming off of Binance Exchange, which is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. So they got a lot of volume there. The prices here should pretty much be in line with all other exchanges out there. And we have liquidation above us, liquidity above us at 118,855. If the price starts pushing up into that $118,000, $119,000 area, this could be what we need to launch up into 120 or 125K. We got some stop losses for some shorts that are at that level, and looks like there's about $101 million of liquidation that could get liquidated if we get up to that level there. Now below us, we do have liquidity below us where the longs have put their stop losses, or they might actually just get fully liquidated if Bitcoin drops down to 116,500, and that also has about $101 million below us. So we're kind of like stuck in between the two, between 116,500 and 118,800. But I would expect this to be you know, where the liquidity could send us to higher prices if we get up to 118,000. But once again, you know, we are up against some resistance here at 117,500. And if I just zoom out, I do have a Fibonacci that is showing that the 786 retracement at 118,800. That's probably where these short sellers are putting their stop losses at. And if we get up to that area, we'll probably get rejected, come back down to 115K. Now, I did say yesterday, you know, when Bitcoin was at 115K, that there was a possibility that we could go up 2% or we could go down 2%. We could basically go up $2,000 to 117K, or we could go down to $2,000 to like 113K. And it looks like the markets decided that they liked the news with the Federal Reserve, and we were able to push this up to 117K. So I was expecting 117K, and here we are. But yeah, I'm also expecting the resistance to come into play here at 117,500. I see Road Dog Crypto is in the chat. Let me just do a quick sound check. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure I can hear myself. All right. Yep. I turned on the mic today. Good job, Damien. All right. Let me just give a quick shout out here to my buddy Road Dog. He's always giving me a shout out when I come onto his live stream. So it's good to see Road Dog Crypto here. Let's type in Road Dog here real quick and give out a shout out. If you guys like technical analysis, but you wanna you know, check out the TA at late night. Road Dog goes live 10:30 p.m. Eastern time almost every night. You could check him out and join the 2,000 subscribers. He almost has 2,000. Let's try to get him up to 2,000 subscribers here soon. But yeah, Road Dogg Crypto, I'm subscribed to him. He has good TA. He does the Fibonacci just like me. He does the 5 moving average strategy like I use to get that confluence between the Fibonacci and the moving averages. And great guy, great TA, and very entertaining. And he has great music on his live streams. So you should go check him out when you get a chance here. All right, back into the charts here, and let me go check out the chat here. I do TikTok and I do YouTube, so just bear with me as I try to check in on my TikTok guys and see what you guys are asking for requests here and your questions. I see Mike Bassett's in the chat. How you doing, Mike? Are you still shorting Bitcoin, Mike? I'm curious. And then I see Ozzy Crypto Goat has joined as well. Good to see you, Ozzy. All right, let's see. If you guys have any particular requests, go ahead and shoot away. Zach Rector says, do you hold any crypto assets? Of course I do. My biggest holding is Solana, and then after that is Sui. And then Zach is asking if there's any XRP holders. I actually have a little bit of XRP myself, and I actually got into a couple of XRP longs right now. Let's go over ahead and check out what's going on here on Mexi Exchange for me. You can see it currently about almost up 200 bucks today on my P&L. And my trades right now, I'm in virtuals, XRP, Sui, Bonk, ICP, and AI16Z. And Sui's killing it for me right now. I'm up like $93. I'm about to probably close that out soon here. That thing's up 137% for me. I was trying to get this thing, see if this thing will push up to $4, and it's just a little bit shy right now. It doesn't really want to go up to $4. XRP is actually my dog right now. It's actually losing me some money right now on my P&L. So that's a little bit disappointing to see, but I think XRP could push up to $3.30. Let's actually take a look at XRP since you mentioned it. I'm curious to see why XRP is not doing what I need it to do right now. Currently, XRP is up $3.10 right now. XRP was in a downtrend for the longest time here since the middle of July, making lower highs, but looks like we actually were able to get above that downtrend. Not only that, but we came and actually retested the downtrend. Hopefully you guys are able to see this. Let me go ahead and get rid of the moving averages real quick here. But you can see we came up above, then we came below. We back tested the downtrend, and now we're actually using it as support. And I think there's nothing preventing XRP from going up to at least $3.28 here. That's your 786 retracement. That's the next target level that I'm looking for XRP. That's actually where I'm trying to cash out on my XRP long. If XRP can continue going up. I mean, we have gone up a little bit today, and we went up about 1.5% yesterday, but not as strong as some of these other cryptocurrencies out there. So that's a little bit disheartening to see that XRP is not joining the party like Sui and Solana doing, and Bitcoin. But I think XRP will have its day in the sun here soon, and I'm expecting $3.28 to be the first target, and then of course we'll see if XRP can get back up to 366 like it did here on July 21st. Okay, and then of course if we get past that, then I do have a 1272 fib extension that says $4.13 XRP could be something to look for later on in 2025, maybe next month, maybe, who knows. Downside for XRP, we could come and revisit the golden pocket all over again at $3 here. This 618 is saying that we have a $2.99 Fibonacci level over here. Okay, and I highly doubt XRP will go down if Bitcoin's climbing up in price. But if Bitcoin decides to reject and go down to lower prices, then we could see XRP come out down to this 0.5 retracement at $2.78, which is a level that we're at and kind of hugging, for support here around the last week of August and the first week of September. So we could come down and revisit that level all over again for XRP. Okay, my stop loss on XRP from my 20x long on XRP. I believe that one is at 307. Okay, so XRP needs to actually, I moved it up because I don't want to lose too much money on this XRP trade that I'm in. But yeah, if I get stopped out, I'll lose about $24 on that trade. Okay, but if XRP can go up to like 330, I'll make $77 on that trade. All right. So I'm right there with you, hoping that XRP goes up to higher prices. All right, let's see what else we got here in the chat. A little bit quiet here on the requests. And I see Mike Bissett noticed that Ozzy Crypto Goats in the chat here, saying what's up to Ozzy. All right. Shuby's in the chat as well, and John wants to look at well, what do you want to look at? You want to look at ZBCN or Kronos? Which one? Which one do you want to look at first? Waiting for your response here. I guess we can take a look at ZBCN. I don't know if you watch Porky Flounder's live streams, John, but I made a joke last night about ZBCN. I said that ZBCN is where dreams go to die, and only because like ZBCN's been kind of lackluster over the last few days. As I start to zoom out here on ZBCN, ZBCN is currently trading at 41,800, and I know Porky in his live stream yesterday, he tried to enter a trade on ZBCN last night, and he ended up getting stopped out. And he's like, "Oh, Damien's right. It's where dreams go to die." But I was just making a joke. I think this thing could possibly go up to higher prices, but it has to get out of the downtrend that it's in right now. Okay, kind of like almost like XRP. We have a downtrend that we are contending up against. We're trying to get out of that downtrend right now. All right, but you do have lower highs, and of course you've been making lower lows on ZBCN. So it you know, it's a downtrend, right? And you could say that this is kind of like a bull flag, maybe. And if this is a bull flag for ZBCN, you know, we'll just measure from here to here. And I can do bull flags. I know Road Dogg Crypto can agree with me. You can do bull flags on higher time frames because they have a more likely chance of actually playing out versus a smaller time frame. I mean, sometimes they do play out, sometimes they don't. But if this is a bull flag for ZBCN and we start catching some bids again, we could see ZBCN get up to what, that blue number right there, 73,180, which I believe ZBCN actually did that back here in May, right? We got up to like 71,300. So you would think that ZBCN should see 73,000 at some point here if this bull flag plays out. Okay, but let me get rid of the Fibonacci for now. This is what it's looking like on ZBCN. Possible bull flag, maybe. And you're just hugging the 50-day moving average, sitting at 41,300. ZBCN could be ready to launch off. Okay, if we could just continue, well, if we're going to be lackluster, we could just continue going sideways here and still get out of the downtrend. But it would be nice to see if this thing could catch some bids and actually launch its way up to higher prices here. And if it does, I want to see ZBCN get above this last lower high that it made on the daily time frame at 52,900. So yeah, that's what we are looking for here on ZBCN. Let's try to stay above the 50-day moving average and try to get up to this next target of 52,900, and then of course, you know, get up to like this other high here at 60,000, and I believe those levels are right where the Fibonacci is sitting at. So if I go back and put on that Fibonacci here, yeah, you got a 618 at 51,000 and a 65 at 53,000. So those are your targets, short-term targets for now on the upside for ZBCN. And your downside target, you just don't go lower than the 50-day moving average, or else you might have to garner some support at the 100-day, that blue line at 37,000, which is kind of confluent with the 0.382 at 39,000. So I think those levels are still levels to be looking out for on ZBCN here. You could come down to 39,000 or even 37,000. And then you're just trying to aim for 50,000 and then 60,000 in the near term here. That 71,000 target or 73,000, that might happen later on in 2025. So we're not going to really worry about that. We want to first get up to like 50 and then 60,000. All right. We got a request here for PopCat. We can do that for you. Let me go ahead and write this down. PopCat. And what else we got here? Well, that seems to be the only request for now from my TikTok guys. Okay. We'll take a look at PopCat. We'll take a look at PopCat, and we'll come back and look at Cronus for John 3:16 here. All right, on to PopCat. All right, we're looking at PopCat currently trading at 29 cents, up 1% today. And just kind of similar to the last couple of cryptocurrencies here, PopCat's also in a downtrend as well. At least that's the potential downtrend that it could be in right now. Let's see, just adjust that line there. And if these lows kind of hold right here at 23 cents, you could say that this is actually in a descending triangle. You know, these are just levels to be looking out for here. I think 23 cents needs to hold here on PopCat. As you try to go up to higher prices, though, on PopCat, you got the moving averages right above you that will probably act as resistance. The 200-day moving average is sitting at 31 cents. 50 days also at 31 cents. So 31 cents is going to be an area that could provide some resistance for now. I highlighted that as that red line right there. If you're able to push past those moving averages right there, then you might actually get some resistance at 34, 35 cents, which is where the 100-day moving average is sitting at. Alright, let me get rid of the moving averages now. And let's see, I'm going to get rid of this and this. Okay. And I'm wondering if I could just do a Fibonacci and see what the levels look like on the Fibonacci for PopCat. So that 31 cent level is kind of confluent with the 0.382 retracement. That's the level to be looking out for if you're using Fibonacci here. And then the next level above you is going to be that 38 cent level at the 0.5 retracement. And you would expect this to, at least if it's going to be bullish and try to do a normal retracement, to try to get back up to that 618 at 44 cents, 46 cents. I think 44, 46 cents is your long-term target for PopCat. You haven't been that high since July 22nd. But yeah, I think PopCat's got a lot of work it needs to do here. But as long as you're staying above 23 cents, I think you'll be alright. You put your stop loss at like 22 cents. If it goes down to 22 cents, there might be something wrong with PopCat, and you probably don't want to stick around to find out what that is. So I just put the stop loss at 22 cents and then try to ride this thing up to 31 cents and then see if I can get up to 44 cents for PopCat. Top of the morning to you, Chris Cook. Let me guess, you probably have like 5 or 6 cryptocurrencies you want me to look at today. I see Eric's in the chat. Eric wants me to check out Ethereum. I got you, bro. We'll take a look at Ethereum. And Primetime wants to look at Sui. We'll look at Sui as well. I actually did want to look at Sui today. I'm in a Sui long, leverage long on Sui. Trying to see if Sui can get up to $4. That'd be nice to see. And then first one that Chris wants me to look at is Jasmine. All right, I got you. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Danny Gibson, you put in a request for Shadow. All right. So I guess we gotta look at that one as well. Tristan from Ireland. You want me to take a look at World Liberty Finance? All right. So let me start with Ethereum, then I'll do World Liberty, and then Shadow, and then we'll work our way down. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum real quick here. Ethereum currently trading at $4,610. I'm not sure if we're ever going to be able to buy Ethereum at the buy zone that I highlighted here, between like $39 and $4,200. It's kind of seem like that's not going to happen, especially if Bitcoin's going to climb up to higher prices. We do have a 1272 above us at $4,800 Ethereum. We already hit that back here in like the end of August, where Ethereum got up to like $4,900 here. If we're able to push past that, then we got a 1618 that says Ethereum could possibly get to like 5,800 before it gets some resistance. And then we have a 2618 saying that $8,500 Ethereum could be happening maybe later on this year, going into 2026. But if Ethereum starts losing bids here, and if this ends up being a lower high that that we saw here on Saturday, where Ethereum got to like $4,768, if we can't get higher than 4,700, then the case starts to get stronger that Ethereum's not able to do it, and we might come back down to $4,200. But we also might come down to the 786 retracement at 3,500, which is a level that we were trading at back here in July. I think the people over here could give us some support. All they have to do is not click the sell button. They'll just be back at break even, so they're less likely to click the sell button. Unless we lose $3,500, then yeah, then Ethereum is going to go lower than that. But right now, if I turn on the moving averages, I believe the 50-day moving average is sitting at $3,600. So this is a level to look out for if Ethereum does come crashing down for any reason. 50-day moving average and also the 786 is saying $3,600 could be where Ethereum gets some support to the downside. All right, moving on from Ethereum, let's take a look at World Liberty Finance. World Liberty Finance is a relatively new cryptocurrency, so I don't have that much data to work off of here. I barely have any moving averages to use. This thing is currently trading at 22 cents right now. It first came out on Mexi Exchange here on August 23rd. And steep sell-off, bounced off, trying to bounce up to higher prices, made a lower high, and then another sell-off here. And I'm not sure what I could do with this besides maybe I could try putting on the VRVP. See what the VRVP has to say for now. VRVP is that green and red indicator on the right here. You got the highest volume node where people were buying and selling this asset for the most part. Is going to be right where this blue line is at. That's the point of control, the POC, sitting at 21 cents. We're above the POC, so that's good to see. Once you get above the POC, there's not much resistance until you probably get up to this white line here, this value area high at 24 cents. You see that 24 cents has acted as resistance here on Sunday, September 14th, and also here on Sunday, September 7th. You got up to 24 cents. So if you get past 24 cents, then I think you'll see this thing rocket up to higher prices because there's really not much resistance after that. I would be looking forward to 24 cents. You know, we could get rejected there, or if we don't, this thing could launch up like a rocket. And if it does, I mean, Maybe we retest the highs here back at 39 cents and 43 cents for World Liberty Finance. You could get possibly a double in price if we can get past 24 cents here around World Liberty. And that's all I can really do. I don't really want to do a Fibonacci. I could, I guess, but I want to see more data before we start drawing Fibonacci on this. Right now, I think the VRVP is good enough. It's just showing that once you get past 24 cents, this thing could launch up to higher prices. Downside target below you, you got the POC at 21 cents, but if you lose that, then you could come down to the value area low here at like roughly 18, 19 cents. Could be a support zone for World Liberty Finance. Alright, so that's WFLI for you. We'll take a look at the shadow. Shadow, this is a new cryptocurrency to me. This one's currently trading at 11 cents. Let's see, how much data do we have? How long has this thing been trading? It's been trading for a while, actually. Looks like this thing, I'm become familiar with this for the first time myself, but this thing started trading back in April of 2024. Obviously, it had its Altseason in December of last year, and now we're probably, we're most likely we probably did like a 90% drop. Yeah, we were at like $1 back in December, and now we're at 11 cents right now. So this thing acting like a true altcoin, losing 90% of its value. That's why you gotta be careful with altcoins, because you could lose 90% of your money if it doesn't have a use case and doesn't have a good following. So anyways, let's see. I got rid of the VRVP indicator for now. I'm trying to zoom in on this chart now on the daily time frame. And all the moving averages, right, were above you for the most part. But now this thing has been creating higher lows and higher highs. And it's getting above the 2-day moving average. So that's good to see. I'm glad to see that, actually. Lets me know that there's possibly some hope here. So you're in an uptrend on the higher lows here. Don't lose that uptrend, because if you do, then you lose the case of this trying to be bullish. Since you are above the 2-day moving average, I would say you could be bullishly biased on this asset. I want to see this thing continue making higher lows and making higher highs, and we got to get above this high here that we did on Sunday, August 24th, when we got up to like 21 cents. Interesting. And 21 cents will put you above the highs here in May as well. Very interesting. Very interesting. What does Shadow do? What is its what kind of goal is it trying to accomplish? Does it have any real use case here? Any use cases here? Because the chart looks pretty good, in my opinion. Let me take a look at the oscillators here. RSI is trending upward. That's good to see. MACD. You got some red candles on the MACD. I guess you're just waiting for selling pressure to die down, and then you can see this thing launch up to higher prices here. But right now you got red candles here, and I'm waiting to see at least a pink candle show up to show that the selling pressure is dying off, but looks like selling pressure is actually increasing over the last few days here. So that's unfortunate. However, stochastic RSI is pretty low. So this thing is ready to launch up to higher prices if it can start catching the bids. And then as far as my cheat sheet, Market Cipher B says that we had a red sell dot here on Tuesday, a couple of days ago. But the beautiful thing about a red sell dot is that the next dot should be a green buy dot. And when you see the green buy dot come in, that should be a signal that you'll have probably a couple of or maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple of good weeks of price action to the upside if you get that green dot to show up on market cipher B. I do like what I see though. Let's see, what's the RSI at? 48. It's in neutral territory. Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. And if I was to do a long on this right now, just game planning this out, right? I would probably buy here at 11 or 12 cents, right? Put the stop loss right below the last higher low here. Let's see what was the last higher low. It was like a low of like, put it at 9 cents. We'll put the stop loss at 9 cents here, okay? And as far as like target to the upside, let's just try to get back up to 21 cents, like we did here on August 24th. And if I get a risk reward ratio above 3, I know it's a good trade, and it looks like it is. Yeah, so risk reward ratio is 3. You'll lose 23% if we go down to 9 cents. However, you'll gain about roughly 80% if we can get back up to 21 cents. Seems like a good risk reward ratio to me. I would take that trade. I like it. I like it. Moving on from Shadow, we'll take a look at the Sui. The Sui actually hit $4. Hopefully it did while I was doing all this talking. And not yet. Sui currently trading at $3.94, up 4.57% today. Let's see what Sui's doing. So Sui, you can see that it's getting resistance at this blue line here. This is the 786 retracement at $3.98. I measured this from a Fibonacci that I did from like the $2.30 level that it was at in June 22nd to the $4.43 level here that I saw on July 27th. And it gives me these Fibonacci numbers to look for. And Sui is doing what it can to climb the higher prices here. Once we get past 398 and we continue going to the upside here, I would expect some more resistance at this candle wick high at $4.18, which is where Sui topped out at here in the middle of August. This also, you got a candle body close here at 416. So yeah, 416, 418 is another level to look for to the upside on Sui. And then of course we're going to see if Sui can get past that 444 level here that it was at back in July. And if Sui can do that, your next upside target, you could see a $5 Sui. And then there's a 1618 that says $5.76 is a possibility for Sui as well. Downside, downside would be Sui just loses this momentum and gets rejected off of this 786, comes right back down to the 618 or the 65, this golden pocket at like 362, 369. This might be an area where you could scoop up some cheaper Sui at 369 to 362. I would look for that, but Sui looks pretty good and pretty healthy. It's clearly above all its moving averages. Trying to make higher lows here, and recently it made higher highs compared to what it did here on August 24th. And the next higher high that we're trying to get above is just, $4.18 here, back here in August 14th. So I think Sui's doing fine for now. Hopefully we get hit that $4. We went up to $3.97 earlier today. I don't know. I think I want to move my stop loss a little bit tighter on Sui. Let me get into my exchange here. Let's see, Sui. I got the stop loss at 385 on Sui. Bump it up to like 390. So if I get stopped out, I'll still make $76. If I'm able to push Sui up to $4, I'll make $112. Not bad. Either way, I win. I like it. Either way, I make some money. So yeah, my Sui trade is up 136%, up $92 on that trade. I used about $67 of margin for that trade. All right, back to the charts here. We'll take a look at Jasmine. And there's another cryptocurrency I want to take a look at that I think is going to do well over the next few weeks, few months here. But we'll look at Jasmine first, and then we'll look at the one that I want to look at. Let me just catch up to the chat here. Mario wants to look at Aerodrome. That's actually the cryptocurrency I want to look at. Thank you for requesting that, Mario. Me and you are on the same page here. We'll take a look at Aero after Jasmine. Alrighty. So we're looking at Jasmine, currently trading at penny and a half. I got previous chart work here. Let me get rid of the moving averages for now. Make it a little bit less cluttered on the chart. Once again, I got the Fibonacci for Jasmine, measuring from like a penny up to like 2 pennies. And Jasmine, if it's gonna continue being bullish, then you know we would expect it to at least get to the golden pocket level here at about 0.17 pennies here. That's a 618 Fibonacci right there. But Jasmine is making lower highs. It needs to actually show that it's going to start making higher highs here. The last lower high was at 0.0156 pennies here on Coinbase Exchange. We're right up against that too. Like we're not too far off. We just got to get above this high, show that we're actually making higher highs here, and of course, you know, make a higher low as well. So let me get rid of this. If Jasmine can get back to where it was, if it get back to 2 pennies like it was in July, I have shown that Jasmine could go up 43% on you. But if we could just get back up to that 618, it's about a 20% move up from where we are. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a little bit lower than that. And it's about a 15% move to that 618. Alright, now let's see what the moving averages are doing to us right now. Ah, okay, so you're up against this 200-day moving average sitting at about penny and a half. I think once we close above this 200-day moving average, you'll start seeing more money flowing into Jasmine, probably going into tomorrow and this weekend. And then maybe we'll see Jasmine get to this 0.5 retracement sitting at 0.016 pennies. And then try to make a run up to that 0.618 at 0.017 pennies. But yeah, you're just starting to become bullish here on Jasmine. All you gotta do is just stay above a penny and a half. You're kind of close to it, but yeah, stay above a penny and a half, and then what will happen is other professional traders and investors out there will see that Jasmine is above his 200-day moving average. Also, there's trading bots out there that will look at that and say, all right, this thing is qualified to be above the 200-day moving average. We can put more money to work on Jasmine. So you really want to see Jasmine, and you got like 5 hours left, about 5 hours and 45 minutes left for this daily candle to close. Stay above a penny and a half, and you'll see more money going into Jasmine, in my opinion. Alright, I see D2 Miami's in the chat. What up to you, D2 Miami? And let's go ahead and take a look at Aerodrome Finance now. Nina says that they have closed all their positions and they're happy. Yeah, I should probably close out my my SUI trade just to lock in some profits, and I'll see how the other ones are doing after that. I just don't know if SUI is actually going to hit $4 today. It probably will hit it after I close out my long. Below $4. But yeah, let's look at the... What do we look at? We gotta look at Aerodrome. Aerodrome Finance. I just did a TikTok and a YouTube short on Aerodrome Finance. You guys can check that out. That quick analysis here, but you're here on the live stream, so you're going to get the full analysis here. Aerodrome Finance is currently trading at $1.33 after having a pretty good day yesterday, up 7%. And I do have a Fibonacci that I drew from the lows here at 72 92 cents to the high here at $1.60. And Aerodrome Finance, if it continues being bullish, it's going to push its way up to the 786 retracement at $1.41. That's going to be your first resistance level to the top. And then you got the next resistance level is going to be that $1.60, okay? And also probably right here at $1.50 as well. Could be some good take profit targets for Aerodrome Finance. But Aerodrome clearly bullish because you're above the 200, the 100, the 50, and the 21 EMA on the daily time frame. And when they're in order like this, that's how you know you're in a bull run. When they're all straightened out, you don't want to see like the 200 above the 100 or like the 50 below the 200. Like this is how you know you're in a bull trend, because like you have seen like things not be sorted out correctly back here in July, where like the 200 was above the 50 and the 100. You kind of want to see it look like this. That's how you know you're in a bull run and an uptrend here. So that's good to see here for Aerodrome Finance. To the downside, if Aerodrome does come down to the downside, I would expect maybe some support here at the 21 EMA, sitting at $1.19, which is confluent with this 0.5 retracement at $1.16. So $1.16, $1.19 could still be an area where you could get some cheaper Aerodrome if this thing does come down on us here. And that's your downside target for Aerodrome for now. And I just gave you the upside targets. Now, some more upside targets. If Aerodrome Finance continues having a pretty good Altseason here, we got the 1272 saying that Aerodrome can get up to $1.84, and then we got the 1618 saying $2.15 Aerodrome. And we know that's possible because Aerodrome has been at that level back here in December of 2024. We saw Aerodrome at like $2.33. So it is a possibility. But then also we got a 2618. Aerodrome could get up to like $3. And then a 3618 saying Aerodrome could get up to like $3.99. And if it does that, that's a 3x from where it is right now. Alright, D2 Miami wants to look at AVNT. I got you. Let's take a look at AVNT. Oh yeah, this is a relatively new cryptocurrency, right? Don't have much data on it. This thing is trading at $1 and almost 12 cents here. Not really much I can do. I don't have any moving averages to work with. If this is the top here at $1.59, I could do a Fibonacci for you. But before I do the Fibonacci, let me just throw on the VRVP here. Let's see what the VRVP has to say. This thing started trading here on September 9th of last week. You got your POC below you at 32 cents. You got a value area high, that white line at $1.01. And you got some high volume nodes here. To the upside, you got some high volume node resistance at $1.21. That could be the next target for AVNT. And then you got support. Your support will be that value area high here at 99 cents. And now let me go ahead and do that Fibonacci for you. So the Fibonacci is showing that 618 retracement is at $1.05. That's the level that you could expect to be at. We're actually above that level. And then you got some resistance here, possibly at $1.29 is your 786 retracement level. All right. And then upside targets, if you can make it past $1.60 on this asset, then you got a 1618 saying this thing could get up to like $2.49, $2.50 probably is where you want to click the sell button. And that's almost like that's almost a 3x. It's like a 2.5x from where it is right now, right? Let me just measure the info out here. I think it's like 150% gain. If you get up to like 249, oh, it's actually 124% gain, but still, yeah, it's up. You're gonna double your money if it does get up to that price. So just put that on the on your chart. Highlight that area, $2.49. Also, $2 could also be probably like a psychological target, but it's also a 1272 fib extension target too. So $2 and 250, easy enough, right? For your upside targets on AVNT. All right, we got Shafiq Yunus in here saying, "Let's go! Altseason is brewing up." Yeah, I think we're in Altseason, guys. I would say so. After what I've heard with the Federal Reserve yesterday, saying they lowered interest rates finally, thank God, and they're open to the idea of lowering interest rates again, or more interest rate cuts, because they did the little dot plot showing that they expect interest rates to be somewhere in the 3%. Right now we're at like 4.25%. So if they're expecting 3s going into next year, that means they're probably going to lower like another full percentage point. We got some more rate cuts to get down into the 3s. So, but they didn't say when they're going to do it. They're still saying they're data dependent. So they're trying to put a lid on people going too crazy right now. But the markets, I think the markets enjoyed what they heard yesterday and what they saw, and we're getting the benefit of that today with the prices going up on a lot of these altcoins. So yeah, right now Bitcoin currently trading at 117,893. That's good to see. I want to see Bitcoin actually hit 118,000. We just got shy of it, $2 here on Coinbase. We went up to 117,998 on Coinbase. Seriously? It's just like Sui not making it up to $4. Like, we're just not hitting those even numbers right now. But yeah, I'm looking at that Bitcoin at 117,900. I guess I can do the analysis on Bitcoin one more time here. I'm expecting Bitcoin to try to push up to like past 118, up to 118,900, or basically $119,000. Because you have the 786 retracement at that level there. That's a level that the Fibonacci traders are looking for. But also on the liquidation map, heat map, you got like liquidity at 118,800. If we get up to that level, we could see ourselves go up to like $120,000 Bitcoin. And at 118,800, you have about $101 million of liquidation on Binance Exchange. This is data coming off of Binance Exchange. So that could be where we get some short squeeze action going on. Be on the lookout for that. We're on like short squeeze alert here as we get up into the $118,000 area for Bitcoin. And I don't know if I really need to cover downside targets, but downside targets, if Bitcoin loses its momentum and gets rejected over here, we could come back down to 115K like we did yesterday. And we will also get down to that 618 at $114,400 Bitcoin all over again here. But Bitcoin is also looking pretty healthy above all its moving averages here. The 200, 100, and the 50, and the 21 EMA looks like it's about to do a golden cross on the 50. And that looks like it's going to provide some support for us as well. Crypto Tom says shit coins. Yeah, what's your favorite shit coin? I feel like we're in altcoin season. Let's see how Bitcoin Dominance is doing today. It's probably getting absolutely destroyed, I bet. Oh wow, Bitcoin Dominance is actually flat for today. It did get destroyed yesterday though. Or we had a red candle here, about down 1% on Bitcoin Dominance. And I think Bitcoin Dominance is trying to creep its way down to like where I had this bear flag target, down at 56.87%. So we're almost there. What could end up happening, just from what I'm seeing with Bitcoin Dominance, because we have higher lows here on the RSI, and we're getting lower lows on Bitcoin Dominance. I think Bitcoin is going to try to steal the spotlight again and try to go to higher prices. And the altcoins might have to like sit back and watch while Bitcoin makes new all-time highs. And then the altcoins might start making new all-time highs themselves. Like maybe we might see Solana get up to like $300. We might see Ethereum get up to like $5,000 for the first time. You know, we might see XRP get up to like $3.60. And we might see Sui get up to like $5 or $6. But I think we have to see Bitcoin get up to $125,000 or higher for that to happen. So just on Bitcoin dominance, like we're clearly in Altseason because we're below the 200-day moving average. That's my qualification for when Altseason starts, and that started like here in the middle of July. But I think Bitcoin dominance might be due for a bounce here. And the bullish case is that the reason why Bitcoin dominance bounces up is because Bitcoin starts going parabolic on us and going up to higher prices. Now, Bitcoin dominance could still be due for a bounce, and it could still go up because Bitcoin's dropping down in price and the altcoins are dropping down further and faster than Bitcoin. We don't want to see that for our altcoin season and for our cryptocurrency bags here, but that's also a possibility here. I think just what I'm seeing here on the charts here with, you know, the bullish divergence, right? Let me just draw this out here. The higher lows here on the RSI for Bitcoin and the lower lows on the price. You got your bullish divergence here. It looks like Bitcoin dominance is going to start increasing on us, at least in the near term. I'm expecting that. I could be wrong, and we could just continue dropping down further on Bitcoin dominance, and we got an altcoin season, and I'm totally okay with that as well. But I'm just saying, from what I'm seeing in the charts, looks like Bitcoin dominance wants to go up, or at the very least just go sideways for now. John, you're funny. John likes the Latinos, and so do I. D2 Miami wants to take a look at the AIXBT. Alright, let's go take a look at AIXBT. And I think, you know, I usually do 2-hour live streams, but I started off late. I already did a couple of YouTube shorts and TikToks for you guys to take a look at. I'm probably going to cut this live stream short soon here. Because there's some other things. I got to hit the gym. I haven't even hit the gym yet. And I got some other things. And I also got to close out some of my trades here. Actually pay myself. I might show you guys me closing out my Sui trade. Anyways, let's look at AIXBT real quick here. AIXBT currently trading at 12 cents, 0.127 pennies, up 3.98% today. Looking good so far. And AIXBT, let me just get rid of this here real quick. You're in a downtrend, or you've been in a downtrend. However, it looks like you're starting to try to get out of that downtrend right now on AIXBT. So you've been making lower highs ever since May of 2025 here for AIXBT. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower lows, obviously. You want to stop making lower highs and actually start making higher highs for me to become more bullish on this asset. I want to see this thing get above what it did here on August 10th when it got up to like 14 cents. 14 cents would probably be where this 100-day moving average is going to provide resistance at. So I'd be targeting the 100-day moving average in the short term here. About like, it's almost like 15 cents actually. That could be a resistance area for you, because that's a previous high here. And you also got some candle wicks here at that area as well. So 15 cents is your short-term target on AIXBT. Downside target, to the downside, you know, stay above this higher low here. but you could also come down to 9 cents here and just make a double bottom before you launch up to higher prices. So be on the lookout for that. This thing could come down to 9 cents, and don't be surprised. But you would want to at least not go below this higher low here at 0.108 pennies here. And then if we could just continue on to the upside here, let's see. Let me turn on the VRVP. Let's see what the VRVP is going to show us. You got a value area high here, this white line at 19, almost 20 cents. I think 19-20 cents is going to be a swing trade target, long-term target here for AIXVT. And we'll just take it one level at a time. I don't want to give you too much hopium, but if you get above 20 cents, then the volume drops off and you'll see even higher prices than that. But I think 19-20 cents is your target for now to the upside for AIXVT. And of course, you got to get above 14-15 cents here, which is where that 100-day moving average is sitting at. All right, let's show you guys here my SUI trade. I gotta actually be a prudent trader, a profitable trader, and actually close out my trade here. SUI currently trading at what, $2.95. Let me just get into it right here. $2.95. Looking at the 5-minute chart here. I'm trying to target $4 here, but I'm just not sure if we're gonna do it with SUI. We got to 397. Let me zoom in here. 397 at 1:15, about an hour ago. And then we kind of made a lower high here at 396. So we're not able to do the thing right now. And this thing is dropping right now. Oh, okay. With a red candle. I hate selling on a red candle, but if I don't take profit now, when do I take profit? My P&L right now, I'm up $205 here for the day. So that's good. And about half of that, those gains, is coming from my SUI trade. So I should do the right thing and lock it in, right? And I'll be up about 140%. I got in at $3.69 yesterday, and I'm ready to take some profits today. $3.95. It's good enough. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So here on Mex Exchange, you just scroll over to the right, and you click close long. We're gonna do it at the market price. Actually, I'll do it at last price. Yeah, $3.95. Make sure that I get that. And I'll close out all of it. Sure, why not? Closing out my SUI, I'll have $96 in profit. Boom. And is it gonna hit? Let's see. Might take like a minute here, or maybe less than that. I'm just waiting for this thing to say that I closed out at that price. And it's a little bit hard to actually get the price that you want when you get a red candle here. Let's see, the price is right there, trading at $3.90. Oh, there we go. I closed out my SUI trade. Up 141%. Very nice, very nice. That's how you do it, guys. And cool thing about Mexi is I don't have to pay any trading fees on this one. Some of these cryptos, you don't pay any fees on the ones that they want you to trade. And they have their reasons for why they want you to trade. You know, they want to be able to advertise that they got a lot of volume and liquidity on their exchange. So they're willing to waive some of the fees just to get you to trade on their exchange. So there we go. Just took some profit on my SUI trade there. And I still got some good ones here. I got Virtual cooking. Up 75% on that one. Bonk is cooking. Up 53% on that one. ICP up 44%. And AI16 up 32%. And my dog right now, the one that's kind of like dragging ass right now, is XRP. 20x long on XRP. I'm down 7% on that one. Down $5 on that trade. Yep. Donald says Solana's the new Bitcoin. They've blown everything out the water. Yeah, Solana is my favorite altcoin. It's my biggest spot bag. Yep. Mario, if you want to trade on Mexi Exchange in the United States, you got to get yourself a VPN, and then you can change your IP address to another country, and you'll be good to go. Alright, so that's it for, I think that's going to be it for this live stream here, guys. I just made some money. I'm glad to make some money. Artie Locks wants to look at Say. Alright, we'll take a look at Say real quick, but I'm going to make it real quick, and then I'm going to end the live stream on that one, okay? Say, currently trading at 34 cents. I got the VRVP on the right here. You got the POC, point of control, below you at 28 cents. That's your support zone. That would actually bring you back down to this yellow line here, this downtrend. And let's see. Yeah, this thing could come down to 27 cents. Or you could even come down to 30 cents for your downside targets. Upside target, we're trying to push past 34 cents to then try to make it back to 39 cents like we did here in July. And then you got a 1272 upside target of 45 cents and a 1618 of 53 cents should be your upside targets later on this year. And that's going to be it for this live stream, guys. If you enjoyed the live stream, don't forget to hit the like button. I don't think I asked for that, but if you guys can just hit the like button on the way out, that'd be great. And you can share this live stream with your friends and family who are interested in trading and learning more about cryptocurrencies and stocks here. But yeah, that's going to be it for this live stream, guys. I'll try to go live tomorrow, 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. If not, you can catch me on Monday, 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. Take care, guys, and good luck trading in whatever asset you decide to get into.